Hello, everyone, and welcome to the semifinals of the Pac-Man World to 80% 2020 tournament. And today we have Frogs and Dage, with Frogs being second, and then Dage having first place / world record. And with Frogs' PB being a 40-30 and Dage's PB being a 40-11, this should be a really interesting match. And this will be pretty neck and neck. I'm McKitty, and next to me is Xander. You can introduce yourself.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for having me here. Yeah, I'm a Pac-Man enthusiast after watching all these fantastic runners. I am very excited to see how this run goes because it could be any one stage could make the difference here. Even Pac Village, something small could happen that could determine the race, right?
Yeah, let's hope they both don't get 200, but Frogs unfortunately bonked the gate, but they both made it out just fine. Let's hope they both don't re-enter. Awesome. So yeah, here we have the tutorial level of the game. This is bare basics, and this teaches all the movement and basically how to play the game. But this is a speed run, so we're not going to go through all that. Yeah, they're both pretty much in sync almost. Oh yeah, they're both in sync. When I said this was going to be a neck and neck match, it was going to be.
So in this first world, what are kind of like the big call-out tricks or anything, or is it all just kind of standard get through the level?
Pretty standard, but the boss there is a exploit to it. I am too, Slam. The sync though. Alright, Dage went for the roll and Frogs didn't, so... Oh, but Dage fell in the hole. That's not good. Red Rat did not get in their way, so that's also good too. Let's get some red rats in the chat.
I always found this ending amusing. There's a miniaturization ball. Grab it, get small, done with level.
Yeah, it also looks like Dage was trying to make sure his controller was good. Because I'm pretty sure he did that in his previous race. Let's see if they both nail Waterless down. Oh, and Frog's missing the ledge grab to the platform. Ooh. Alright, Frogs is still ahead though, slightly. So, doing that trick actually skips pretty much all the wire, but they both missed it, unfortunately, which cost them around a second or two. But it's not really a huge deal.
Did close the gap a bit, though, because Frogs was stuck swimming for a whole lot longer than Dage was.
Yeah, that's true as well. Okay, here, this is Blinky, or Clyde, because Namco is good at renaming their ghosts. But yeah. We're gonna exploit Blinky's iframes by pausing the game because for some reason they're gonna keep going off while the game is paused, so you can get more and more hits. It looks like Frogs is getting a 1 cycle and Dage is getting a 2 cycle here, it seems like.
What makes the difference? Is it just a matter of having bad ricochets off of him?
Yeah, and positioning. It's more like position dependent and stuff. And also, like, there's a bunch of other dumb stuff about this boss. And so that ruffle Froxus did is not intended, but it's this first sequence break with a run which skips platforming like some of the level, and it saves like 16 to 15 seconds around that time. And we'll be seeing that a lot, and we'll be seeing that in like another level. Oh, and Frog's getting 200. Using 1 second, that's bad. You do not want to get 200 just because eating a ghost costs like around a second. Let's get some 200s in the chat. Yeah, there's been a new strat for this level that's pretty risky. I don't think either of them are going to go for it, but I don't think Dage is going to go for it. Completely avoids it. So there's been a glitch that, like a strat that's been discovered, like in like October or whatever. You can actually drag down that Bedouin for a bit, and then if you do, it'll go up for some reason, and no one really knows why. And doing that actually skips going around that tree entirely, and it saves like 2.5 seconds. But it's really inconsistent to do in a race just because it's pretty difficult, but Miskin loses like 25 to 30 seconds. So it's really not worth it at this point. Oh, and Dage ledge grabbing. Another ledge grab. Oh no. It looks like Dage also got past this. And so what you're supposed to do there normally is hit that bear. Oh, frogs, don't scare me like that, please. But normally what you're supposed to do is kill that bear, but if you hit him with a revo, you can stun him and skip having to kill him, saving around like a second. And Frog is heading off to Butane Pain, where he's going to set up the next sequence break of the run. And so he just rolled around a death trigger, which skips like a quarter of the level. And conveniently, there's Bedouins there that go to that secret area, so how convenient. If they weren't there, then this would not be possible, unfortunately, but thankfully the game is nice.
Kind of wish Metal Pac-Man got a theme. There's no music for it. I want to hear some, Mario 64, Metal Mario jams.
I do too, honestly. Maybe I'll make that a mod. And so what Dage and Frog said there is Crumball Skip, which pretty much skips like hitting a button, taking a Pactol chain. That saves around 45 seconds-ish, which was a skip that was like discovered by C13 or Paper Luigi 13, I think, one of the original old school runners of this game. Very sad for Dage. Oh no. What's wrong, Drywall? What is Dage doing? Yeah, we're heading up into Inky here, one of the easiest bosses in the game. So you can just roll into him and bam, he's done. Frog's getting a 706, very nice. And Dage is gonna get to a 713. So they're roughly, I want to say like close to 10 seconds apart, I think. And so we're heading into the third row. This is where we boost a lot of our speed. Doing a lot of things. There's the first boost there is called the deformed rock strat, which you can revel on top of there. Ooh, and Dage messing up the angle, but recovers it. Very nice.
I've always noticed this stage always, like, you see the platforms that the game wants you to go up the middle, and we're just like, nah, I'm going around the side, because then I can just roll.
Yeah, because for some reason, you're when you revel on ice, your rev momentum still is going on, so you can actually jump and then gain a lot more speed. Looks like Frog's got one grab on the stairs. Let's see what Dage gets. Oh,
He gets 200!
200! That needs to be an emote. Maybe I'll make that an FFZ emote. And then when someone eats a ghost, someone can just spam 200. Yeah, they're both finishing off Ice Run pretty smoothly.
Anyone going for chain skip here, you think?
Nah. I guess I'll explain what that is now, because there's a chain in this level, like the one that's coming up in like 30 seconds from now. You can actually skip it, but it's really precise, and Miskin loses 35 to 40 seconds, and it only saves 2 to 4 seconds, so like with the tree with strat, it's not super worth it in a race. Or at all, really. But it has to be done in a category called low percent, which basically skips eating all the pack dots and fruits. So you have to do that in that category.
So it's this pack chain Frogs is on right now, correct?
Yes, that is correct. because you rev roll from the right side, and you can actually go high, and then you go to the left, and then grab the edge, and that's how you skip it. But if either of them went for it and missed it, it would have costed them big time. And then we're coming up to another tech in this level. Yeah, the beginning of this is pretty much Crash Bandicoot. So we're gonna use these wind blowers, which try to blow us away, but thankfully we can use their their blowing wind, and we can actually go super fast. And oh, Dage hitting the wall there. So yeah, it looks like Frogs might be a little bit safe here if he doesn't die. And probably, which I said that he probably did. Yep. As soon as I open my mouth. So now Dage is now in the lead. So you can use these wind blowers, and like I said, and they're very risky because if you mess one up, you can die. So that's unfortunate for Frogs.
So there is a chain we do skip in this cave. I imagine it's just a little bit easier.
Here. Yeah, and you can actually skip the final one, but it's stupid hard.
Which one's harder between the first one and the stage and the last one?
The last one is actually very difficult because you have to stand in on the close to the final blower that Frogs is coming up close to, like that one right there. You have to stand very close to it, and then you have to give like a certain down left angle, and you have to get boosted in a very specific way to get to the end, and it's super hard. So it's definitely not run viable at all. Yeah, Dage is heading into Blade Mountain, one of my favorite levels in this run, because this level's actually been very competitive. Because you can actually go a lot at different speeds. And there's a bunch of different stuff that you can do as well. Because you want to go straight as much as possible, as often as possible. Because if you turn, your speed just gets destroyed. And if you do so, then that's not good. And I actually hold a pretty, one of my favorite aisles I have, because I now have the world record aisle for this level with a 220.2. And then there's a lot of runners, like, I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna try to, I was going to lower his audio anyways.
Yeah, this is the kind of stage that when I look at it, it's the kind that if I was ever trying to 100% a game, I would not want to have to deal with it. Because, like, the fact that, like, can you, like, sort of fight your way back up the hill if you miss any items?
Yeah, but it's pretty difficult. And also it kind of depends on the situation.
I imagine you get one chance with those boxes up in the sky.
Yeah, and if you do, you're in big trouble. Alright, I turned down Dage a bit, so hopefully it's good now. I don't know why it took a while, but it's fine. And I think Dage also might save some time from Frogs because Frogs' movement isn't that super good as Dage's, so Dage might save like a second from him. Other than that, they're having pretty solid blade mounts though. So yeah, we're heading up into Pinky here, the third boss of the game. This pretty much is the same as Inky, but she has more health.
Yeah, I always like to think of these, like this next wave of 3 bosses as Echo Fighters, because they all look just about the same, but then act a little bit different.
Yeah, also Dage also getting that backup, very nice. But looks like Frogs caught up a bit because Dage didn't do phase 1 strat and Frogs did. Both getting sub 15 pinkies, that's pretty decent. Wonder if Dage is gonna go for the strat. Ooh, and he did, very nice. I don't think Frogs will. Nope, he opted not to, so... If Dage doesn't die, he'll be a lot ahead. So in this world, we pretty much use a lot of the geometry to boost ourselves through the level. And we're gonna use that a lot in the next level to skip something. But in this level, we just like skip tiny things. So there's also a little bridge skip you can do that's coming up here. And doing that saves a couple seconds. So right there. So this they're playing on the GameCube version. For reference, like this game came out for the GameCube, PS2, Xbox, and PC. And there's GBA, but we don't talk about that. It's considered pretty much almost a different game. Ooh, and I think they both got the rev jump. Very nice. Both getting pretty solid ITVs. How different? Well, it's not a 3D platform. It's basically... It's bad. Like, we just don't talk about it. That's all. Yeah, what Slam said. And so here we're gonna try... Or Dage is gonna try to carry his Chrome Ball. Uh-oh. I don't think he... it's gonna be close. If he dies, then Frogs will be ahead. Ooh, I forgot about that strat. Maybe he might be able to. It's gonna be close. Oh yeah, because of that strat, he made up for it. Very nice.
Yeah, that's new to me, so without that little use, that'll bounce forward.
Yeah.
Yikes.
That was actually discovered very recently. Man, both getting VP skip first try, so you can just jump right into the end and skip 3.5 minutes of gameplay. And that's actually, they actually have to walk slow down here because there's an invisible lava death playing, and if you walk into it, it kills you instantly. I wonder... Ooh, Dage getting... Oh no! Failing the rev jump. Oh no. Frog's opting not to do the mantra boost. Alright, Dage got it. There we go. Very nice. Frog's being slightly ahead.
Yeah, not that much. This is crazy. How much? Like, this is what, the second or third swap already.
Yeah. Oh no, Dage! What are you doing? I don't know what that was, but... Alright, he's going to go back and grab the Chrome Ball. If he would have died at the next checkpoint, he wouldn't have been able to have this Chrome Ball because you need it to do this. Because you can actually use the Chrome Ball there and skip waiting for the slow cycles. So that's very nice.
Yeah, gotta appreciate his awareness there of like having to adjust when mistakes happen, because a lot of times with speedrunning you just know the route, and if you screw up it's like and panic, but nah, Dage's keeping a level head.
Yeah. Yeah, Frogs actually found that. I think he found that like the same day the VP thing was found. Yeah, come on, Nacho. That was not found behind the scenes. You just... Oh, and Frog's dying on Clyde. We're not strat-hoarding. You're just not paying attention. Just, come on.
That death basically tied us back up here.
Yep. So basically, Clyde's, well, Blinky, because their names are switched, like I said. His left eye, or, oh no, and Frogs, that's why you don't ruse buffer. So Dage is now ahead. So yeah, you can, well, basically on what ruse buffering is, it's basically pause buffering the same way. You can actually pause buffer a rev jump, and basically what a rev jump is, when you rev jump and well, if you rev roll and then a few frames later jump, your forward momentum gets carried on to upward momentum, and that kind of acts as like a super jump, and you can actually get onto Clyde and him early, and you can actually do that.
And all this
Dage,
extra bouncing, like the hitbox on this guy is like gets smaller and smaller every hit, right?
yeah. All right, they're pretty close. I think Dage got like a 20-0x, and Dage or Frogs got a 20-20. So they both got very low 20s, so that's pretty decent for a race.
Now it's time to dive into the fun part of the run.
Yep. This will be the fun part. And I think Frogs might save some time from Dage, because Dage's movement on the water levels isn't that great, but we'll see what happens.
And between Scuba Duba and Shark Attack here, the main tech we have is the mine boosting, which is like you take damage from one mine and sort of boost into another, and it sort of jettisons you forward.
You can take damage off of like anything and then mine boost. Like you can take a damage off of a jellyfish, for example, and then boost into a mine. That also works. You can also boost off of the missiles stuff, but that's actually more difficult. And so that's used a lot in these next two levels. And these two levels are like on the rail type levels, and the next level is let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's bad, and it's tedious and long. How long an average of speedrun of this game? An average run of this game usually takes 45 minutes if done okay. But usually at top level it takes like around 43 to 41 minutes. But 8 minutes of the run is nothing. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing going on in this level, unfortunately. For like the next couple minutes.
How long altogether does the water section take? 'Cause I know it's 8 minutes in one level, but then
usually like a split is usually like a low 14 as an individual world time. But if they both get miss a trick, that will be coming up like in a bit. It'll be like around 14 minutes and 30 something seconds. Yeah, Frogs might catch up slightly, just because of better movement he has than Dage in the water levels. Oh yeah, and that boost made up for it, it seems like.
Yeah, I think Dage might have missed like his last boost at the end there.
He misses a lot of mine boosts and stuff. That's why he always loses a bunch of time from everyone else. Like, he's good at all the levels except for like this level and the previous one. Because he loses like 2 to 3 seconds from everyone else's golds, I think. But other than that, he's still a very solid player. Or both of them, actually. This match has been pretty Monka-esque so far. Ooh, nice mind boost, Dage. But yeah, this is pretty much the exact same level as Scuba-Doo, except there are sharks, and it's like roughly 20 seconds, 15 seconds shorter than the previous one. And then the next level is the fun part. Uh-oh, and Dage has no health here, so he has to be careful here. If he dies, then Frogs will be ahead. Alright, looks like he's skipping that boost to play it safe a bit. Understandable. I like how their water boosting, they're in sync with the water boosting. Like the spin dash move. It's kind of like Crash.
Is there a rhythm to this, or are we just mashing through these?
It's just mashing. There's really no rhythm. It's not like Mario 64. If you mess up the rhythm, you go slow. It's like you can boost on any time and then you go the same speed. Which when I played Mario 64 as a kid, I could not get that down, but this isn't Mario 64, so we don't have to worry about that. Alright, I want to give a quick shout out to Average Cherry, a top Super Mario Sunshine player. He actually found that mine boost. He's also an old school runner. Alright, now it's time.
Time to get comfy.
Time for the quote-unquote best level in the game. We have Yellow Pac-Man. Not only this is an auto-scroller, it's an 8-minute auto-scroller, and there's no way to skip it or speed it up.
With a soundtrack like this, though, why would you want to?
Well, consider the fact that this song loops, I'm pretty sure, 2.5 times, and slam. Don't make me do it. Don't make me sing. And also, this is actually a pretty good time because I actually have to go use the restroom right now. So, Xander, can you take my duties for a bit while I go for a second?
Sure, can do. So we got some mines. There's a cherry on Dage's end. Oh, and I finally got some enemies going on. Here we go. I don't know why, and I don't know if anyone agrees with me. You'll probably all think I'm crazy. But the one thing I always saw from these enemies as they swim past, I know they're ghosts. I think from the back they look like a bunch of Knuckleses from Sonic. So, yeah. If that's going to be something in your heads, then let it be so, and it can't be unseen. Or you just think I'm crazy. But, you know, just the red and the smooth round top head, I just see Knuckles. With the runner showing off the different weapons we get to use. You got this big missile thingy. You know, it goes boom. Frog's getting another cherry. Got some pipes in the way, gotta avoid those, because, you know, we want to keep moving forward, as the Robinsons tell us to.
Alright, I'm back. Anything I miss?
Not too much. I mean, mostly water. A couple of mines.
I was gonna say, did someone die, Kappa?
Not yet, no. And then me telling our wonderful viewers that all these ghosts in the submarines look like Knuckles. So Yellow Pac-Man and Knuckles, you know?
Yeah. Yellow Pac-Man and Knuckles. The sequel to Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles.
I'd play it.
I played that too. Yeah, there's nothing you can do in this level. Except for get 100% or everything.
Which, that's not totally up to you as the runner, right? Like, things kind of are random with spawning?
Yeah, technically, the game can sometimes not spawn the fruits that you need if you're doing 100%, so in other categories, this level is extremely brutal, and that's why no one runs any other category except any percent. Let's take a look at the Pac-Man World 2 leaderboards in new funky mode. Yes. So, we have 63 runners that have been submitted to SRC, but if we look at 100%, we only have 3 runners. So that just goes to show how bad this level is. Because they can either not spawn, or they can spawn almost out of bounds where it's impossible to grab. And there's even a little unintentional orange you can actually collect. And yes, can everyone please at least do one run of 100%? Please. Can someone please bot me so I can actually try to grind the category? because I hate playing like 2-hour categories.
Are there any fruits that are guaranteed to spawn all of its fruits in this level?
Yeah, like the cherries, there aren't really that much of a problem. Like they all can spawn, but sometimes they can just spawn in places where you can't see them, like behind a pipe, and you just can't notice it.
Okay, I'm basically wondering, for the sake of if you wanted to do like an all cherries run or an all oranges run, which fruit is
Yeah.
the safest?
Also, the apples aren't that bad, but sometimes they can just not spawn. But mostly the fruits aren't a problem, but mostly the tokens are a problem. And yes, can everyone please run 152? Because 152 is actually also fun. Yeah, and also there's no melons in YPM. And also all pack dots. What else? All strawberries. And all melons, all Galaxians. And that's it.
This stage doesn't have a Galaxian.
Nope. And actually glad it doesn't, because I wonder what a YPM maze would look like if there was one. I'm thinking about that now.
Well, on the ice skating stage, do you keep your ice skates on for the maze?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay.
The thing that's weird though, for Boardwalk, you're actually on roller skates, but in the maze you aren't, which is weird. And then you aren't in flippers and Scuba Duba or Shark Attack.
Oh, okay. If you could be in the sub-dome, then you could just shoot the ghost from a distance. Just clear out the map, you know?
Pax in the sub, how is he eating all of the fruits?
There's a little hatch.
Yeah, he's hacking live. Maybe Slam. Maybe. I'd imagine that too. Pretty sure they have around 2 minutes left. I'm gonna open up their streams and see how close they are to being done.
I've just been going with the flow. So yeah, go ahead and check it.
I think, let's see. Frogs is only under a minute behind his PB, so that's pretty solid for a race. He's on mid-high 41 pace right now. And Dage also is as well. Oh my god. I can't remember what Dage got for his Shark Attack split, so I'm just gonna check real quick. 25, 23, so both on pretty decent paces.
So when you're doing runs, what do you do to pass the time when you're in this stage? Can you multitask, or are you just stuck focused?
I kind of multitask depending on what the situation is. Like if it's like in the beginning of level, I'll check like Twitter or something. Like I'll check Discord or something. Or I also try to get a high score or 100%. So that's also fun to do. Yeah, they're both hitting into whale now, so the boss that they're coming up to could actually bring like the lead like a lot like down if they miss this. So basically what you want to do is shoot all whale for all of the propellers on whale, but you want to get them at 1 HP and then in one move destroy them all in one swift move. So let's see if they get it. Still sad that 3 Seco eliminated me. Alright, let's see. Dage setting it up. Oh, missing the bottom right. Let's see if Frogs gets it. Oh, and Frogs got it. Oh my goodness. Nice job, Frogs. So yeah, if Frogs doesn't choke this, he'll be pretty safe. And mostly if you miss bottom right, that's actually the fastest to back up. But it looks like I think Dage knows the fast kill, but he still got a decent 2 cycle. But that's unfortunate. That's like close to a 30-second time loss. Oh no, Slam, please, with your jokes. I'd say that whale is a Pog champ in the pants because his setup, like, I thought that wasn't gonna work, but it did apparently. That meme will never die. Smiley face. But yeah, anyways, we're heading into the final world, which is Ghost Island, but we're still not done yet. And so there's 4 sections in this level. There's the first section, which Dage is in right now, where you're on roller skates and the platform is pretty easy. And then the second section is easy platform, but the platforms start to fall. And then the third section is the platforms don't fall, but the jumps are tighter. And then the final section is tight jumps and falling platforms. I really like the design of this level. It's pretty creative.
Okay, one thing I've always wondered, in this stage, every time they jump, they also do that little kick. Does that do anything for their jump, or is it just...
It cancels their upward momentum and makes them land down quicker.
I see, okay. Are you faster on the ground?
Yeah, pretty much. Sometimes if you land on the platform away, your speed can slow down, but it varies. I kind of don't fully understand it, but that's at least how I've seen it. Is Dage... Well, it looks like Dage is gonna go for the jump. Oh no, Dage! Why did you do that? He tried butt bouncing and flip kicking. Oh no, that's a 40-second time loss.
Was that like right before the checkpoint?
Yeah, that's close to 40 seconds. If Frogs die, this isn't over yet. If Frogs dies, then they could bring it back, but I don't know.
In this last section, like a ledge grab, can you survive if you ledge grab with how these platforms are falling?
Yeah, it depends on which one. But mostly if you ledge grab like a boardwalk, then it's not too much of a problem, depending where it is. So, yeah, like if Frogs clutches this out, then this will be pretty pog. Yeah, so what Dage was... I guess I'll explain what happened to Dage. Basically what he tried to do, he tried doing like a strat that's like a second faster by going to the on the platform that's like super tight, because that's not an intended jump, but that jump like cuts like going to the left. But he tried butt bouncing and then flip kicking, but he ledge grabbed and didn't realize it, and he pressed B and let go of the edge, and that unfortunately cost him a death. Fog's got a ghost boost, Pog. You can also boost off of ghosts. It's kind of hard, but it's very small time save nonetheless. And then Nightcrawling here, this level is pretty... There's a cycle you want to catch at the end. It's not too difficult, but with good movement, then you should be able to make the fastest cycle. Or you can make the very fast cycle, which... uh-oh, Dage. You can either catch the second to last platform, that's very hard, or you can catch the last cycle, which is... You pretty much have to have near perfect movement in order to get it. Because usually getting a cycle or missing one loses 8.5 to 9 seconds. Death lose, I want to say around 35 to 40, I don't know.
Alright, and Dage is out of there.
Yeah, actually no, I want to say around 40 to 45, honestly.
The one thing I know, like, that I'd call out that I'm aware of at this stage that they're on now is it's like the only one that you're required to get any fruit in the any percent run.
Correct, because you actually need an apple to open a chest, and cherry to open some chests. because it's impossible to skip those. It sucks, but it has to be done. And then Frogs is gonna butt bounce on that sloped bridge to get like a little boost to the end. So that's the normal cycle you want to catch that Frogs got. You can actually make the second to last cycle, but it's extremely hard and it's only ever been done once on console, I'm pretty sure. By the name of Ruse SR. Another pretty good runner of this game. Oh, and Frogs dying on Ghost Bayou. And that's fine because he's a bunch ahead, so he should be fine unless he misses it like a couple of times. Dage. I think he can still make the cycle, honestly.
There, Frogs gets to skip that time around, trying to just like sneak around some like platform
invisible
spaces.
walls.
Yeah, and sneak down to like basically what's essentially almost the end of the.
Yeah, and this skip ends up saving 5 to 7 minutes. Dage, that's not how you're supposed to roll there. Okay, well, it looks like it's safe to say that Frogs won. He didn't do the rev jump back up. Feels bad, man.
One last trick for Frogs to try to get here.
Okay, yeah, so that's an 8-frame trick that Frogs just did called weight skip. And doing that, you can actually jump over the death, or not the death plane, a cutscene pretty much, like waiting for the black bars to go away if you skip the cutscene very fast. Doing that's like a 6-second time save-ish. Looks like Dage is not. Actually, no, he's gonna. Yeah, he still made it. Oh, but making a little error. And also looks like. Oh yeah, so basically what Frogs is doing, he's walking into Spooky's face and kicking him because he's stupid. Oh, by the way, let's get some. Let me put this in the chat if I can. And looks like Frogs will be finishing up pretty shortly here.
Yeah, I like the use of like death abuse to kind of reset the boss fight between hits there.
Oh, and Dage tried to do ILGB, and Frogs finishing off with a 41-49. Unfortunately, sending Dage to losers. But yeah. What is up, Frogs?
Hello.
How do you feel?
I honestly thought I was gonna lose that race after that death in Ghost Bayou.
Yeah, and also looks like Dage is going to continuously try getting ILGB.
What happened to him?
He 2-cycled Whale. He died in a Haunted Borak because he tried the super tight jump. Like, do you know what I'm talking about, Frogs? Like to the third section?
Yeah.
He died in night crawling. And he's just in GB trying the IL strat.
Oh my god.
He's gonna about to lose like 2 minutes to this. But yeah. Oh, he got it. Very nice. So yeah, this is literally a strat that's not normally used in the 90% run, but it's very hard, to say the least, because it's a very tight angle you have to do, and this is roughly like 6 to 8 seconds faster than the normal GB we use in 80%, but it's very difficult and really not worth it. But this is cool that Dage got to show it off. And didn't get weight skip. Nope. So yeah, if you miss it, you have to wait here for all these black bars to go away.
I feel like I was alluding to. Yeah, we see you get the first couple hits on Spooky, then just run off, and then we do that 3 times.
We're just gonna pray his Wii doesn't crash on him. It's probably gonna happen because I opened my mouth. Alright, I didn't. Nice.
There he
And
goes.
flip kicking, that's what happens if you flip kick too late. You just go straight into the void. Oh, I'm missing a hit. Alright, finishing with a 40-51. Or 44-50. But yeah, that's it. Let's see if Dage will join for an interview. He turned off his console. I doubt he... I don't know. Yeah, he just turned off stream. I don't think he might join, but it's understandable. We got GG Frogs for winning, and you'll be facing off possibly either Rallis Zandre or Dage again. Either one of those. So, how do you feel?
Looking back on it now, it wasn't that bad. During the run, I was disappointed with the mistakes that I made.
Yeah. I'm disappointed with the mistake I made last run. But other than that, GG, I'm moving on.
You got anyone in
Finally.
particular you're hoping to see in the finals?
It'd be great to rematch Dage, because I'm assuming he didn't want to lose this way.
Yeah. It's so sad, honestly, but can't really do anything. But yeah, I don't think he's joining interview. So is that all we have?
Pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say, but stay tuned for Zandre versus Rallis. That'll be happening pretty soon. Yeah.
Besides that, I think we're good. Yeah. GG's
Yeah.
to the runners. Thanks, McKid, for having me on for co-commentating.
No problem. And also follow the commentators and runners. Yeah, thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned. Peace out, gamers.
Waka, waka, waka. Bye.
Pack attack, pack attack.